Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we are back to Lego Indiana Jones 2, The Adventure Continues. Let's keep going. We are 3 secondary scenarios for the main story levels. We need to get those done, and then I believe just 1 character needs to be unlocked, and that's it. And then the super bonus level, of course, that has to be done too, the super thing. So, if we see an arrow like this, then we know it's already been flipped. And that means we've done it all. Which just leaves me with a couple of things. Like, I know this one specifically we haven't done, I'm pretty sure. We need a spear thrower, and we need the Staff of Ra, and that pretty quickly explains why I haven't done that one, because that's quite the complicated one. But let's see if we can figure this out as the game lags up. So if I get the character over here that can throw a spear, hop in the plane and fly to the island. Come on. See, these guys are not actually the same as the other guy. They're pre-configured dancers that don't actually count as characters in an odd way. See, there's another level we need to check out. But first things first, we start here. Boy, there was like a cloud over the over those parachutes. It made them look a lot darker. Alright, so this guy, and so now we've got these 2 ready to go, and I guess I can hop in this submarine, which you're not actually in the submarine, you're on top of it, but whatever. Stop moving so I can hop out. Come on, game. Seriously? What in the world is going on with this game and my controller? It's ridiculous. In case you're not catching on when this happens, the controller is just losing all signal. I don't have any explanation for why. I think it's just the game itself. I suppose I'm trying to quickly get through recording the series, but there's definitely some weirdness going on. I think it's gotten worse. In particular, well, I know it's gotten worse. So, yeah. Now, on an extremely rare occasion, sure, maybe the connection will mess up and get loose. And I did see my controller had trouble with the, no, that was not my controller, that was the USB on my surround sound, my speaker and microphone that changed when I installed the latest NVIDIA updates. That too didn't make much sense. One would hate to believe that my entire PC is just collapsing under the weight of itself, but I seriously doubt it. There would be no explanation, there would be no reason. The only argument I could make that my computer would have any trouble is the fact that it's constantly on is somewhat of a weird issue. But no, even then the computer's not that old. So I'm having a slight issue of, because when I record videos, I don't know how other people do it, but when I record videos for YouTube, then it takes approximately 12 hours to upload 8 to 12 hours of footage, depending on what the footage is. Some games have very high visual quality. This would not be one of those games, like The Witcher 3, in which an hour of footage might be 20 gigs, and it might take a very long time. And some games have very low visual quality, which this game in particular I would say is probably somewhere in the middle for video games. And the really low video quality things might be only 100 megs of upload. However, because of the way things work out there is this factor where it becomes very difficult to find a good time to reset my computer, because you just you're always doing something with it. Even when I'm not recording in front of it, I'm still technically using the computer because it's uploading the footage that I recorded earlier. And it gets worse, definitely, when you start calculating and trying to dance around online games, which is not a concern here, but can certainly be a concern other times. Because do I want to mess up my internet and my online play during because I'm uploading? Alright. This is gonna take forever, isn't it? Well, actually, I guess this isn't gonna take as long as I thought. And see, this is the only reason why you needed a spear thrower, isn't it? That one level. Alright. So. Well, geez, there's only so much you can do there. I'm confused. I'm very confused. Let's say this was supposed to be flat. That seems to make some sense. And then this is supposed to be kind of flat to that. And this is supposed to be kind of flat to that. Trying to get 90-degree angles going here. And then what? This one kind of needs to be over here, I guess. And you just gotta wait till I guess I get the hit. The good news is the lasers seem to lock in pretty nicely. So this isn't as difficult as it probably could be. And this is the type of game, plenty of cell phone games and a few even PC games are like this, where you just are different puzzles about reflecting lasers everywhere. And they sometimes are moderately acceptable, and sometimes they're repetitive and dull and boring. I know I played one on a cell phone and it had something on it that irritated me quite a bit. I don't know if it was just kind of lazily done or very few levels or very repetitive levels. Let's see, this seems to be a bonus level. And this looks like we've already done it. But I don't think I have. I don't recall doing this level. So So I'm gonna try to get all these balloons, I guess. That's one. I've got plenty more. That's two. So my goal here is to spend the least amount of time on this as possible. I need a jump or something though. I guess this jump here will help though. How about that? There we go. Is there anything over here? 4. And yeah, I don't even recall doing a level that even looked like this. Either I've totally blocked this mentally, or something weird is going on. No, we did do a level like this, but I think it was twisted on the camera angle. I think they've rotated. Because yeah, we did do this. And jump. And that's number 7 of 10. Let's go this way. This is gonna be a bit of a jump, but got it. There's nothing here to hit. That's good to know, because that would have been quite difficult. And over here, is there some balloon that I missed, or it's hidden? And the camp's folding down, the tent's folding down. It's silly and funny, and I like it. It's just not Lego-y. I mean, it's very much the opposite of what we see in Lego games, where you run into things and you crash into them and they break them with studs. For things to now dodge that and have the ability to protect themselves, what world are we living in now? Alright. So I see the remaining 2 are in this area, so I'm gonna have to get a jump, and I don't think that's gonna get me enough height, so gotta figure out where the closest jump power up is. It may very well be just this one right here. Let's see, I hope that works, and I hope I'm going the right direction. And man, I don't know. How am I going to hit this? Like, can't just throw a spear at it? Okay. We need something with a lot of jump. And if that's not the vehicle, I don't know what is. Like, is there something I'm missing? Is there some other way I could, like, hop it that way maybe and get an angle? Man, that hole is in the wrong place. Ah, now the game's lagging. I'm very close to the end of Lego games, and I'm at this level gonna be very happy to be at the end of Lego games. They've been a major disappointment. They really went from something that I was really excited about watching to something that's kind of ruining my memories of playing them the first time. There's no way this vehicle's gonna... This is a snow speeder. Like, if I make it with this, I will be really, really amazed. Yeah, that is nowhere close. I'm gonna need a very, very big vehicle. And I don't know. I've unlocked most of them, but I guess the majority of them are still not available, because obviously it's not going to let me have them with the planes. So I'm trying to just go around the map here. Why is it with this level and just pits of death right next to the edges of bridges? Alright. Got it. And do we know where that is? That was a lucky jump there. See, that jump doesn't even land where it's supposed to land, or land into anything. Okay, so we have all the characters, and we're missing one level and one character. And I don't think that that's a coincidence. Like, I would guess heavily. So, what am I looking for? So we've got these studs here. Oh, maybe it's the boss fight that we haven't done? Yeah, I guess that would be the boss fight that we haven't done yet. And maybe that will unlock the final character. We still have way more time than I really would like to spend on this game. That we're gonna have to spend on this game. Now when I just start to think about, like, it'll probably be at least 3 more hours of gameplay, if I was to guess. To do the Temple of Doom, you need a character with a spear to complete this level. I do have a character. And a character with a shovel. So, shovel character immediately here. Come on, don't run away. And spear character, don't run away. And back we go. Alright, no problems. No warnings, no problems. We got True Adventurer. And again, this is the same level, but they chose to twist the camera a little bit. I suppose you can do a lot with that, can't you? Just to switch the angle. I don't know if that's a good argument to make fully renderable 3D environments in your game, but it probably is. I mean, at this point, it might very easily be the wise move for any game maker to always have a front face of their levels rendered. And see, you can see here that's not actually the case, but it would have taken them no extra work to add some walls. I suspect that the camera in this engine actually flies around things and won't crash into things, but maybe it doesn't. That would really be the only explanation as to why you would want the front face to be empty. I guess it doesn't even matter, you know, on a bigger level. If you don't do the front face anyways, you still have probably quite a number of degrees of perspective you could use. 270, a little bit more, a little bit less, I would guess, where you could just spin the camera slightly, and that's all they really did. And it keeps on spinning here, I'm noticing. Let's see. What is this I'm building? This thing is slower than dirt. This thing is really, really slow. So I assume, I guess I'm supposed to make a ramp? Okay, that makes sense. So we're bulldozing a very cheaply made Lego ramp there. Just made with a couple of things. Oh, this thing does not want to move forward. Not very imaginative at all as far as the ramp design. And yet another incredibly boring and pointless level. Not happy with it. Not happy with it at all. Alright. So the only thing left we have is this character. And I don't know about this character. The mistake I could make is to run around the level looking for this character when I have something else to do. Right now I can make the super bonus level and see if by putting that together it expels some new characters. It's kind of strange they didn't do the Star Wars thing again. I guess at the end of the day they can't have Star Wars characters appearing in every single Lego game, although they probably could. And nobody would really complain too much. They didn't do a bounty hunter thing in this game. A bounty hunter style missions would have worked pretty well as a way to expand and give them more gameplay to this thing. don't even want to call it a game. I'm calling it a thing at this point. Oh, this is going to be a catapult. Or a trebuchet. Which one is... Are those the same thing? Cow launcher. Let's see. My other character is getting very stuck. I could really use the attract studs extra, but I'm not even sure I'm gonna get it. What was that? What in the world was that? I have no idea what this device was. It looked like a catapult, but it turned into something else. Like, I have no idea what this is even supposed to represent. Some kind of pump or something. Some kind of pump that filled in the thing and then sends us off to the bonus level. Alright. Now, the good news is, even though that this game has 6 bonus levels and most LEGO games have only one of these bonus levels in particular that you have to get 1,000,000 studs to move forward in, it is really, really easy. Let's see, can we make a shot with the car? No. I may very well have lost the ball. Oh, and this is all over the place. There's a city section and then a outside section. Okay. I suppose my goal here is... Ooh, I'm stuck, so let's get out of there. My goal is to get as many studs as possible, as fast as possible. So we will try that. I could bring out this thing, but not useful. This is taking longer than the others, so I definitely feel like this isn't as quick as the other ones. And the lagging certainly doesn't help. Go ahead and get a shovel and take this. Let's see, dig this up, break this. Dig this up, break this. Dig this up and break this. And then jump on top of these incredibly short trees that I can't break for some odd reason. Let's see. And so we got the ball stuck, I think, somewhere over here, which probably means I'm never going to see it again. Which may very well mean I can't get to that 50,000 studs, which might very well put the end on my chances of actually succeeding here, and I certainly hope that's not the case. There's several things that we need to collect. Let's see, how many of these can I get per jump? I don't think as many as I would have liked. Seems like one. Oh well, it's better than none. There's the ball, way over there. How did they get all the way over there? It must have glitched really, really badly. Right. Moving on, moving on, moving on. We got a lot of things to try and collect and hit. There's a lot of work still to be done. You're basically mowing the grass here with the cars. Trying to get every single blade. Let's see. 50,000, 500,000, I mean. Tenfold errors. This is definitely taking longer than the other ones. Let's see. Keep this going. Keep this going. 750 million. Just, oh man, this is so grindy, and it's no better than any of the other, well, it's slightly better than the other vehicle levels, but not by much. These levels are mostly designed around the concept of totally 100% destroying everything and just going hog wild with it, but there's still definitely a lot of things in these versions where we can't destroy. We can't destroy the houses, we can't destroy the fences. I'm not finding a way to destroy the silver things. So yeah, I'm having to do cleanup work. 870 million studs, or thereabout. Leaves me another 130 million to collect. Alright, this ball, for instance, is gonna have to get rolled all the way back here for 50 million. And it's not gonna want to go, is it? If there was only a way. Well, maybe this is the way. Mutt may finally have found a way to be useful. Alright, now that we're back in this whole section. I don't know if I need the horses. I can't see the ball, so I don't know where it's going. There we go. There we go. One. And I missed the other one. Bounce it back this way. Nope, nope. Quite. That's too much. That's way too much. Guess what Lego games aren't? good soccer games. Soccer is an interesting one anyways, because, or football, whatever you want to call it, because frankly, you're never going to really want to have a game that's centered around foot control until probably you can do some kind of VR thing where it can actually see your own personal feet. And so most soccer games have like pass buttons, but as far as the dribbling and keeping the ball under control in the first place, that's all pretty much automatic from what I understand, which, let's face it, isn't very much. Right, horse. So I wouldn't be surprised if people who like soccer game, football games, whatever, wouldn't have to eventually agree that they aren't very much like real world soccer. Although the percentage of people who watch soccer versus play soccer might not be super high. Kind of in the same way that people who watch American football versus people who regularly play American football is probably not very high. So the only thing we have left to do is find this guy. So where's the guy? I think the guy has something to do with the two items that have yet to make any sense. So, I'm gonna pick up a bunny, hop on this horse, and ride back to the snowman. What does this mean? I have no idea. But it's the best idea I can think of. Alright. Okay, so I'm supposed to start that on fire. That I can do real easily. So at least I've made a little bit of an idea. And punch this guy. Ready to... Don't run away. Who programmed you to run away? Alright. So now I should be at 100%. Where does this go? Why can't I pick up a rock and just drag it? Why are there several items in this game that I can pick up and just carry? And what was the deal with the coconuts and all that? Because it didn't seem like we did anything. It seems like we're still supposedly supposed to be looking for coconuts. And yet they're missing. And there's all these items. And what did any of these items do? I mean, and there's no coconuts or anything. It seems just unfinished, I guess. That's all I can really say. Because, look, we're going to go back to the warehouse, and we're 100% complete. And that sure as heck doesn't feel like it was 100% complete. So, we started with such great hopes, really, hoping to get from 17% to 100% in 30 minutes, maybe an hour. It still ended up taking an hour and a half. Next time, if the controller decides to let me... Oh man, it is just skipping right over that. It's skipping over everything. Next time we're gonna do the Temple of Doom, which is at 18.4%. I have no idea. It's just a controller issue again. Man. Well, in total we're at 60.9%. That's good progress. I'm kind of saddened to find out, though, that I still have 40% to go. It's still going to be a while. That's it for this recording, though. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment, and watch every second of my videos. If you want a friend to follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.